set me free.
Welcome back, guys. This is your host, JR, and you are watching Educated Votes. So we're going to dive right in because we got a lot of candidates to get to know tonight. Okay? So I'm going to get through as many as I can for you. So we're going to start with Michael Bennet. We got to his page. It says Bennet for America. And then, of course, everybody wants you to donate right away. But we are not doing that. That's not what we're here for, Mr. Bennet. We're here to get to know you. Okay, so it says building opportunities together. Michael is running for I don't know why I'm using this accent. I like it and I'm going to use it, okay? Michael is running for president to build opportunities for every American and restore integrity to our government. Yes. So his page, he has a little Twitter thing here. Mr. Bennet, we want to know who you are. Okay, so you scroll down, you do have to go to the drop down menu. Let's see what his vision for America is, people. Let's see. And again, with the donations, we just want to know who you are. Okay, I'll try to speak right now. Oh, God, with the pop-up donations. Mr. Bennet, you're sucking me dry here. I haven't even got to read anything about you. Michael's vision, people. Building opportunities together. I just keep dropping into something here. America calls itself the land of opportunities. It doesn't feel that way today. Sir, I have to agree with that. Wages are stagnant, costs are rising, and the economic inequality in our country is only growing worse. Michael is running for president to build opportunities for every American. I hope so. Restore integrity to our government. We need ambitious solutions to our country's greatest challenges. Yes, I agree, sir. So, okay, his vision was right to the point. I like that. We then go into, drive economic opportunities. I don't want to jump right into anybody's policies, Mr. Bennet. Everything I click on first brings me back to your donation. That is a little aggravating. Okay, so drive economic opportunities. Michael's vision. This is still a part of his vision, people. Okay, yeah, we read that already. That is just his little, quick slogan stuff. To drive economic opportunities, Michael will work to ensure that when the economy grows, income for everyone grows. In the meantime, he will take immediate steps in increasing wage and lower the cost of the middle class life. Okay. I like that ambitious way of thinking going on. And as a former school superintendent, okay, I've met a lot of those, he will recommit our country to delivering a quality education for every American. I like your way of thinking, sir. But again, I'm not here to persuade anybody, but certain things we will all agree on. Equal education, people, for everybody. Now, what we are looking for here is not the cookie cutter answers. Because again, we have to make an educated vote. So, moving on. When the economy grows, incomes for everyone should grow. That's how it should be. That's what I agree. When the economy grows, income for everyone should grow. But over the last 40 years, even as the economy has grown, 9 out of 10 Americans have not received a decent pay raise. Globalization, automation, and unfair competition for China have left far too many workers and families behind. Can y'all agree on that? Maybe we can. Maybe some of y'all are just okay with the way it is. Yet, moving on. Instead of addressing these economic changes, or broken political system has made matters worse. Okay, since 2000, politicians have cut taxes by about 5 trillion, with 2/3 of these taxes going to those at a near the top. Meanwhile, we spent another 5 trillion on wars overseas. We can't spend the next 2 decades doing the same things and expecting different results. He may be going somewhere with this, okay? He's not going to get all this out in a debate, people, so this is his only platform where all his words about to be heard. Imagine if we invested in a stronger country that built opportunities for every American here at home. Driving up incomes for everyone won't happen overnight. Okay, we're not living in a fantasy world. Thank you, Michael. I'm glad you're not giving us on us pipe dreams here, but maybe a little bit moving. But we can start by making investments to compete in the 21st century, etc. Michael will seize the economy opportunity in combating climate change, providing new opportunities for farmers, ranchers, and rural communities to become more resilient, and to invest in zero immersion, I believe that's correct, energy while growing the economy. He will work to fix roads and bridges that need repairing. There's a lot of those. Upgrade and expand our mass transit system, electric grids, and airports. Oh my God. I went to pick up my friend from LaGuardia the other day. That was a mess. And connect rural communities to high-speed, reliable broadband. I think they mean public transportation, but again, I'm not the smartest person in the room. Ask your Alexa. He will make strategic job-creating investments at home that will help us outcompete China in the industries of the future. As advanced manufacturing, artificial intelligence, superconductors, and quantum computing. That's what it says there. We can do, this is getting long. Okay, we can do all of this for less than the cost of those tax cuts and wars. Yes, no wars. We are against wars. The new American people, we are no more wars. And those invested will be designed to directly address the facts that too many shrinking small towns in rural countries, too many post-industry cities, and too many pockets of concentrated poverty in rural and urban America have been left behind for far too long. Baby, let me tell you. Michael will work with rural communities to make sure they have what they need to be competitive, and the generations to come can live a good life in rural America. Sounding good, Mr. Michael. He will end the trade war and fix our broken immigration system. That means letting our children out of those jails, sir. Anyway, moving on. So our farmers and ranchers have access to global markets and can find the workers they need. You hear him, farmers? He wants you to get up and ride your tractors to the polls. Moving on. He will empower local leaders to connect rural economics. I feel like I've heard this already, and you're already, but okay, it sounds like you're repeating yourself. Royal economies and schools to high-speed, reliable broadband, and to drive federal funds for royal infrastructure projects. Michael will partner with farmers and ranchers to create new opportunities for growth locally and globally. streamlining, bear with me here, people, regulations make the Department of Agriculture more accessible, and crack down on abuse by big companies against small and medium-sized producers, and has public health care options. Medicaid X will continue rural areas fast. Okay, people, I need a drink. That was a lot. Bear with me. He has a lot more. Mr. Michael, you might take all my time tonight. In the meantime, we need to increase wages and lower costs. He says Americans turning 30 today are just as likely to earn less than their parents did at that age, as they are to earn more. While incomes have stagnated, the cost of living have continued to rise. Agree with you again, sir. Most people cannot afford some combination of healthcare, housing, childcare, and higher education. All very true. In other words, they can't afford a middle-class life. I am only blessed indeed. That's not what it says. That's my own ad-lib. This means for the first time in our history, we are at risk of leaving less opportunities to our kids. Sir, if that is true, that's not my goal. I want to leave something, as I'm sure we all do. Moving on, not more. Democracy cannot function with a lack of economic mobility for a majority of people. Sorry guys, this part was left out. We need to take steps that will immediately increase economic security for all Americans. Michael's plan to overhaul and expand this children's tax credit, called the American Family Act, will help middle-class families afford to raise their kids and cut poverty by nearly 40%. He also will expand the Earned Income Tax Credit, ensure equal pay for equal work, enact paid family and medical leave, make it easier for workers to bargain for better pay, and raise the minimum wage. At the same time, we need to lower the costs that are making life unaffordable for too many agreed Americans. That starts by covering every American with high-quality, affordable health insurance. Michael will work to create a public option called Medicare X. Do that. There you go, Michael. You got a little thing going on. I gave you something there. That increases competition, lowers costs, and provides everyone with a better health care choice. I'll keep my opinion to myself on that one. Medicare X also empowers the federal government to negotiate lower prescription drugs prices for the first time, bringing down costs for the tens of millions of Americans. Because we need more drugs. Again, I'll keep my opinions to myself. To further lower costs, Michael will take action to tackle the housing affordable crisis and make childcare more affordable. We also have to make, people who can actually know how to take care of children, and hold people accountable for their poor behavior. But going on, it's time we provide a quality education for every American. So we're going to end here. I'm going to read this and then we'll save the rest for another day because time. It's time we provide a quality education for every American. Totally agree on that, okay? Again, we're going to hear a lot of cookie cutter answers because when they get into office, a lot of this will not be able to really happen for the first 4 years that they are there. Please understand that. And we do have to clean house in order to see America change, okay? That's a side note from your host, JR. Moving on. Okay, we must commit to providing a quality education to every American. People, yes, our education system is lacking tremendously in every area, okay? As a former school superintendent, so he knows, so there might be room for you somewhere. Michael knows that in too many places, education outcomes are reinforcing economic inequality rather than liberating children and their families from it. Some American children, through no fault of their own, have access to higher quality preschool and others do not. Some have access to higher quality elementary, middle, and high schools, and others do not. This is a clear sign in America, so we all should know this information, okay? So don't let them just pull at your heartstrings. We got to do a little work, okay? Some enjoy enrichment activities and tutoring, as some do, as well as the advice of parents and coaches who themselves went to college, and others do not. When all of this is true, then equal is not equal, and unequal is catastrophic. Not only for students holding the short end of the stick, but for the shared future. Michael will work to ensure that all of our children receive a high quality education from early childhood through high school. College students can pursue their students with let me reverse that. Rewind, sorry. College students can pursue their studies without incurring the crushing burden of debt. Without incurring the crushing burden of debt. More people seeking an alternative to college can pursue higher quality apprenticeships and job training. I kind of like that idea. That's just my own opinion. Okay? And Americans throughout their lives can advise their careers by improving their existing job skills or learning new ones. Mr. Bennet, your vision sounds promising, as I'm sure all our candidates do have visions that sound promising to somebody out there in our wonderful country. So that was just a little snippet of Mr. Bennet, and we will check back in with him and see how Restore American Values look like. Again, with the pop-ups for the donations. It's a lot. See? Yeah. You know what? I'm going to try to read this to you real quick. It's kind of short. We'll see if we can just get through it. I don't even know what this says right here. It says E-Pod Bus Anama. Maybe you're speaking Spanish. I don't know. My English is lacking as well. So maybe. I hope I'm doing good enough for you people. Anyway, moving on. If you really need to know, please check it out for yourself. Maybe I'll add some captions. We'll see. Okay. Out of many, one, as a country, we are at our best when we see ourselves in each other and see each other's struggles as our own. Agreed, sir. Moving on. We need to restore the American idea of pluralism. That despite our differences, we can treat everyone with respect and come together to solve problems. Yes, we can. Okay? We're all aware of the image of violence in our society. It's clear today and almost every day. It is clear. Whew. The shootings, okay? Whether by criminals or those who are supposed to protect us, the students running out of schools, the widespread family trauma, the acts of outright terrorism. We've seen social media and cable news outlets tears us apart in areas where we should be able to work together. Okay, yes. We've seen the constant acts of pettiness and cruelty from A president, these are his own words, that seek to divide us. Not saying that I agree or disagree, but we are not here to do that, okay? But again, we're reading their words verbatim from their page. Check that out. Restoring America's values start by undoing the damage wrought by Trump's admission. Wrote by Trump's admission. Sorry. Restoring America's values start by undoing the damage wrought by Trump's admission. Michael will reinsert the importance of an independent judiciary and our respect for a free press. Sorry I fumbled through that, but that was a lot, okay? Make clear that the federal government will protect dreamers and ends once and for all the practice of separating families. Yes, I'm on board with that. Reverse the transgender military ban and the Muslim travel ban. Condemn bigotry and hatred in all its forms, and undo other reckless decisions, large and small, the Trump administration has made. I like how you put blame on everybody there. Wrapping this up, it says, but reversing the damage is not enough. We have to work together to build a more perfect union. Yes, people, we must work together. Michael will work to fix our broken immigration system, enact common sense steps to end gun violence, and reform the criminal justice system. We'll see how you do that. I would love to read your policy, sir. Keeping communities safe by building trust between law enforcement and communities of color. We need to build a bridge there, yes. Well, ending the source of ending the scourge of mass incarceration. And if I got that word wrong, go check this out for yourself. He also will fight to protect all Americans from discrimination. Oh, girl. Okay. Whether based on race, gender, sexual orientation, or disability. I get where you're going there. And it's going to be a hard fight and a long road. But I'm right there with you, sir. I mean, if you get there. But if you don't, whoever else is on that bandwagon, I'm with you on that fight. Michael also will reclaim U.S. global leadership on security, fair economic competition, and freedom. He will re-engage our allies and build coalitions. There we go. And will build coalitions of partners to protect against current threats. Prepare for security challenges of the future and advance America's interests by living out our core values of liberty, democracy, and the values of law at home. We can inspire them abroad. Yes, sir, we can. Thank you. With the pop-ups, oh my goodness. So, I really want to wrap him up, so I'm going to. Oh my goodness, honey, forgive me. I know you're watching the baby. Baby woke up. But we're going to wrap this up with him because the knowledge doesn't stop. It won't stop here because you're going to continue this too, okay? So here we go, Cam. Let's start. We need to learn to govern ourselves again, okay? There are 7,591 words in the Constitution of the United States. Politics is not one of them. Yet too often, today, the campaign never stops and the governing never begins. You heard me, Cammy. To make progress, we must fix our broken politics. Corruption and dysfunction in Washington not only destroy the American people's trust in its government, but also prevents us from making critical decisions for our future. Your future. For too long, we have allowed tyranny of the minorities, whether the extremist so-called freedom carcass or a handful of billionaires who drop tens of millions of dollars into political campaigns. He's speaking the truth. You're looking at it, campaigns, to override the will of the American people. Yes, this is a lot. When the Supreme Court in the Citizens United decision allowed the influence of unlimited dark money from billionaires into our politics, they took a narrow and misguided view of how money corrupts Washington. You heard that? It's corrupting it. More common than politicians acting at the direct request of their donors, and a widespread corrupt of inaction, in which politicians do nothing to solve critical problems. Soaring healthcare costs for fear of having millions of dollars spent against them in the next campaign. Scared? I guess so. We need to restore trust in our government by dismantling pay-to-play politics, increasing transparency, and mitigating the democratic process. Michael will ban members of Congress from ever becoming lobbyists and overturn Citizens Unite to get unlimited dark money out of politics. You heard that, game? Out of politics. He will protect the right to vote, ensure the security of our elections, and reduce extreme partnerships in our electoral process. Starting with the plan to make partisan gerrymandering illegal. Voters should choose their elected officials. Voters should choose their elected officials, not the other way around. You heard that, people? That's it. That's all. You heard it here on The Educated Vote with your host, JR, and my co-host, Cameron. You heard that? We educate the people. Tune in for the next candidate, Mr. De Blasio. Let's see what he's got to say.